Hello. Hi, I'm Erin here at Clark Cottage Gardens, and I've got a lot of ideas going around in my head about how to help you as a gardener learn to design gardens, know when to cut things back, know when to wear things on your head, know just the different processes of gardening. Like, where do you even start? Where do you even start? So I'm going to help you do that. I'm actually doing an expansion in my garden right now. If you could look to my left, you would see that I have this beautiful, beautiful cottage garden in a courtyard area. But I'm going to expand that outside the courtyard, and there's a garden path that goes all the way up to what I call Sweet Pea Cottage. It's a she shed, basically, that my husband built for me. And oh my gosh, it is the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. Well, that's my humble opinion. I welcome yours. No, it really is sweet, and I'm going to use the cottage to maybe paint. I'm going to have all my magazines and my books out there where I do my research. It's just going to be a place for me. I mean, I'll probably invite Dan and my friends for wine in the evening. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. It's just a whole process, and that's what gardening's all about. It's a process that you start from something little and just build on it. You don't have to have a big pile of land to do your gardening, and I'll show you that. You can do small spaces. You can do container gardens. I mean, I love to do containers. So I'm sure we'll go over that in the spring. Right now it's fall in Maine, and we are about to get rid of this gorgeous, beautiful weather, which makes me want to cry. So soon there will be a frost, and all my plants will be, but that's okay, because fall is for planting, and I'm going to be getting my bulbs in. I already did some shopping for the garden expansion, and away you go. Well, hello again. Just like that, it's the next day. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties, and then I just had to get to work yesterday. It was so gorgeous that I just had to do what I had to do. But I'm back today. It's early in the morning, and we have dropped 25 degrees. So, a change of attire, change of plans. No, same plans, just I'm gonna be a lot colder out here today. I've got to just get started. I've got a huge garden that I need to plant today. So I will be showing you all the different plants I'm going to be putting in. I had a little bit of time last night to lay things out. But of course I went to bed last night and thought all night long about how I wanted to change things. So I'm going to get back out in the garden today. I'm going to change the things I thought about in my head. I haven't put anything in the ground yet. I really, really work with the plants for a long time before I decide where to put them. It's just part of the way I do things. I have drawn things out before. Sometimes that's very helpful, so you can see where you're laying things out. You don't want short plants in the back. What? Yes. You don't want short plants in the back where you can't see them. You want the tall plants in the back. You want the short plants in the front. You've got to think about what time of year that they are going to bloom, because you want a continuous show of color throughout the whole season. So all of those things in my mind have to play out for a while before I decide where I'm going to put things. And sometimes I put them down and they don't work out, and that's okay, because you can just dig them back up again. So that's part of the process, is thinking, knowing a little bit about each plant, how tall they are, what kind of soil they like, if they're full sun, if they like full sun, if they like part shade. You've got to know a little bit about each plant before you put it in the ground if you want to have a chance of things coming up how you envision them. So that's how I work. I look at each plant and I think, okay, where would this plant work the best? And then colors. Oh, my glove. Colors, I like to do pastels mostly. A few brights here and there to kind of sparkle things up a little bit, but I mostly go with a cottagey feel, a lot of pinks. Pink's my favorite, and some pale purples, some dark purples. I do love purple, yellows, pops of yellow here and there. I like different foliage. I like sort of silver color foliage, and that kind of breaks up all the monotonous greens. So you just have to kind of think about what you like. And there's no real right or wrong. It just is how you feel. So I'm gonna get started, and I'll show you bits and pieces along the way. Thanks for joining me. So here's a quick video of what I'm working with here. I've got a small garden in this section over here that's right outside of the courtyard, as you can see right there. And this is the garden path that goes up to Sweet Pea Cottage, which is right there, my beauty. We brought these boulders in last weekend, and I am going to have some plants flowing down over them, plants in front of them. Haven't quite figured out yet what I want, but I do have a couple of creeping phlox up here that I'm going to put in, a periwinkle color. So I'd like to get more for each area between the rocks. As you can see, I've already planted some of my garden path. It's looking so stunning right now, isn't it? Hard for you to get a vision of how pretty it's going to be, but those plants I dug up from my other garden, my courtyard garden, and I brought them over here. I divided some plants and transplanted them over here up the path. Soon there'll be a flagstone path in between. I think I'm gonna go looking for stone next week. Oh, I'm making you sick doing this, aren't I? Making myself dizzy. Now, this is where I've laid some things out. Oh, my fountain. My fountain. I found this fountain at an antique shop in May, and I was so excited. Isn't it sweet? It's gonna look adorable with plants all around it. And there's gonna be another less noticeable path kind of coming up here. I've marked it with these pieces of wood just so I can tell where I'm gonna be. I kind of like to break up the garden into different sections so that I can work on different vantage points, where I'm going to be sitting, where I'm going to be looking, what needs to be tall, what needs to be short. Up here, there's going to be a flagstone patio. I've got it laid out a little bit. You can see here, it's going to be a circle. And around it, this is what I thought of in the night. Around it, I wanted pink hydrangea, and that is what I got. But the more I thought about it in the night, I'm realizing that these pink hydrangea are going to get a lot bigger than I really have the space for right now. So I'm going to, I believe, plant the pink hydrangea back there and take these three and move them to this section and just kind of have the whole backdrop be pink hydrangea where the garden ends, and put it down behind that obelisk, the other three. That's my plan right at the moment. I haven't got anything over here because I'm going to be dividing some taller plants from my courtyard garden. I'm going to do some phlox and some purple coneflower, some echinacea. What else have I got in there to make? Oh, Japanese anemone. Those are all my go-tos for tall plants. I've got this sweet little weeping pea shrub. This poor little fella needs to be straightened up a little bit. He's been waiting for me over here all summer. I've got a little bench here. I'll probably get a new bench, or at least paint this poor guy. But if you notice, you can sit here at the bench and look at the fountain. That's my plan. So that's that for right now. Oh, there's another section over here that I've got to work on. As you can see, right there, these two kind of are going to match up a little bit if I can have them similar. And then up by Sweet Pea Cottage, I've got more sections up here to plant. This whole area needs some loving. This will be a step coming out of Sweet Pea Cottage, and some more areas to plant there. I'm gonna get a nice hydrangea tree right there. See how that goes. You want to take a peek inside Sweet Pea? I don't know if I can do this or not. Oh, look at all my fun finds in there. Isn't that going to be adorable? Can't wait. All right, enough of this business. Oh, there's my fall window box. It's starting to look a little shabby. Poor thing. All right, I'm out of here. I got to get to work. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye-bye.